All right, guys. One of my favorite podcasts ever. Two gambling legends, Togi, Stevewilldoit. Before we get into it, NBA Finals. Not my favorite teams. We have OKC and the Pacers. Halliburton, less. SGA, less. They're both going to do one of these. First game in the finals, they choke in. Less on both. Download Prize Picks. Use code NOAK. One lineup for $5. $350. $350. Stop playing with me. Download Prize Picks right now. Let's go. All right, guys. I am so excited for this episode. I think this is probably top 3 most anticipated and biggest one I've been looking forward to. I have my 2 closest friends here, Stevewilldoit and Togi.
What up?
Probably 2 of the biggest degenerate gamblers I know. And I think today we got to be a little bit educational about gambling. And you guys are probably 2 of the most experienced guys in the game.
Oh, is this a promo? This is a segue to Gamblers University?
We'll get into Gamblers University.
I didn't know that this is what we're doing. This is sick, dude. I'm really excited. There's a lot of good stuff that we're going to talk about then.
Okay, let's start off with the basics. How are you guys doing lately? So you guys gamble daily almost, right?
Yeah, 100%. I gambled this morning.
Okay. And what about you? When was the last time you gambled?
Last night.
Okay, last night and this morning. And how like in the past, we'll say 6 months, what do you think your balance is?
In the last 6 months has been, I did 4 million on Road to 10 Million video, but then a week after that, I lost 1.8 million on one stream, one 17-hour long tilt. And then in Vegas, I lost like 300K. So it was bad for a little bit. And then, oh my God, I lost like 3 million right after Road to 10 million. So I was only up like $1 million. And then with like expenses, taxes, it's pretty much broke again. So but last week, we've been on a heater. Yeah. I'm up 700K this week. How much did you make this week?
Like 370.
370.
So we made $1 million this week, and this is why you need friends to gamble with, because I lost whatever, like a ton of money, and Steve sees the stream, sees that I'm like super tilted, super pissed, and he's texting me like, we're gonna get out of this hole together. I'm gonna win huge. I'm gonna send you 500K. Like every day, Steve is talking about, and I had no faith in any of it. Every day, like we're gonna get it back. Steve flies out to me to gamble. And it helps me make 700K in 1 week.
Oh my God!
Well, no, I sent Togi this week 370,000.
Okay,
which
so
is incredible.
let's actually talk about that, because that's an insane amount of money.
Yeah,
but why do you do that?
To Togi?
I get he's your friend, and I appreciate like being a good friend. But how do you get yourself to send over $250,000 just like that?
Because it's Togi. I mean, to me, he's a really good friend, but we're gambling buddies. And I know he would do the same to me too. So that's the thing. And I know, and I'm in a position, especially with my gambling deal, Roobet, to where if I'm overtime, I get like free deposit bonuses. So I'm basically just splitting my deposit bonuses with Togi, and we just got lucky.
Right. Wait. So you didn't even answer the question. What do you think you're up, or plus minus over the 6 months? And then Steve, I want to hear yours.
I don't know. I'm probably up like 1.8 million or something.
You're up 1.8 million in gambling in the past 6 months.
Yeah, probably about.
Jesus, that's insane. That is crazy,
dude. It's tough because we're sponsored by the casinos too. But 4 months ago, dude, I made like $4 million in like 3 days, and I bought some watches and stuff. And then I literally lost it all in like 10 minutes.
Oh my God, we were at the club. And we were
at
like,
the club in Mexico. I literally made $2 million, or was it two? I
dude,
swear,
it was $2 million, bro. We were sitting there,
$2 million in a strip club,
$10,000 table, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where the Steve go? Like, where's Steve? And I walk outside. He's standing outside on his phone, firing $100,000 bets. He made $2 million, and that's when you gave me the AP.
Yeah, I gave him AP.
Took the chandelier AP off his wrist because he made $2 million at the club, and
and then I gave it to Togi, and then like the next day.
So this is off stream, right?
This is
just
all
for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Do you think that's ever an issue?
I mean, dude, is making $2 million and giving your friend an AP an issue?
That ain't the problem. But do you think that like, even when you're off stream, you're firing? Do you ever get worried like I might be addicted to this?
No, not addicted. I was on a heater, dude.
Well, if you're on a heater, we all know you gotta keep going.
I couldn't stop winning, and then I just lost it all in like a really short period. And when I lost, dude, the best part is I lost the whole $3 million, and then I borrowed money from X7 Dave, a guy from Malta. He sent me $500,000, and then I instantly hit for 1.4 million on Wanted, and I'm like, dude, I'm back.
Did you send him the 500?
I
right
sent the
away?
500 back, and I had $1.4 million in my account. So I'm like, I'm kind of back.
Yeah.
And then I just
How-
lost that on chicken in 2 minutes.
Well, it's not really. So it's not like we're addicted to gambling. When you really look at it, you're either on a heater and you can't stop and you're winning, or you're losing and you're due, so you have to gamble more. So like, you kind of have to be gambling. It's not like you're addicted to it.
Oh my god, yo, Pay Astronaut here. I've been telling you guys about Pay. We give away 1K every week in Bitcoin. All you gotta do is comment your Bitcoin address, Pay Bitcoin address, and you might win $1,000 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is through the roof, ETH is going through the roof. Any coin you can think of is on Pay. You can use Venmo, debit card, credit card, PayPal. They offer so many different ways to pay. And guess what? They have 24/7 customer service. So if you're new to this, or if you're already on this, they have live charts at all times. And I want to tell you right now about Bitmart. Bitmart is a altcoin. You can buy any coin you want on their platform. They are partnered with Pay, and they offer 100 different tokens every single day. Had to get my air real quick. My bad. Pay Astronaut. What's up? Stop playing with me. I'm telling you right now, use Bitmart to buy all these altcoins. You can stake your crypto, hold it for a while. Obviously, with crypto, there is a risk. So this is not financial advice. Use Pay. You want to go to the moon with me? Let's go to the moon right now. Download Pay. Comment your Bitcoin address. To the moon.
No, I like that logic. I'll tell you, I obviously gamble myself. I don't have the same situation as you guys, but like, I turned 2K into 40K in Vegas on Blackjack with actually you, which was a big win for me.
I gave you that money.
You gave me the $2,000 to start with, but I gave you 10K. Remember?
Yeah.
I gave you 10K.
Yeah, that was good.
But the next week I fucking go and I play poker and I lose 30 G's, and I'm just like, I tilt so hard to where it's like the next 2 or 3 days I'm almost like I hate my fucking life, so I step away. So
you gotta just be more positive.
When you take a big loss, how do you guys respond to that?
Usually, dude, usually it's like I give myself 24 hours of being upset about it, but then you get like, that never happened. You got to be more positive. But I get poker's harder because something should happen. Like you have a 90% chance of winning a pot, and then you get fucked, so you tilt bad.
Yes.
But on like other games, blackjack, slots, baccarat, it's way more consistent. So you don't have to be so emotionally tilted. You can kind of like reset.
But
every 24
what's your
hours.
biggest loss in one session?
Dude, it was that Plinko fucking dude. But it was, I lost 1.8 million. But luckily the casino gave me 300K, so it was like 1.5, and I got some loss back. So really, I came out to like 1.2.
Dude,
lost.
if I lost $1.5 million, I think I would. I think
Well,
I think I would jump off my balcony.
Yeah, I texted Steve, this is the worst day of my life, and he goes, no, dude, there's way worse things that can happen. I mean, you could have cancer.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I can't lose like that. What about you? What's your biggest loss one day, one session?
No, it was $3 million.
$3 million.
Yeah.
And how did you respond to that?
I was like very upset, and I don't know, but it now I handle losses pretty well.
Yeah, and you don't give up. You'll go back.
No, I don't give up. But the $3 million I was just so upset, and
Was that online or in real?
it was online.
Okay.
And I get upset too because like I do want to just like make YouTube videos. Like when I lose that money, like I just want to like just like make videos and make the money back and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can't do that, and that's like I find myself when I lose that much money, I always get really upset with like how I like can't make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It always goes back to that because like fuck, like if I could, I wouldn't really care as much because I could just make it back or just put my time and effort and get that like high I'm looking for through the videos.
Right.
Because I find myself sometimes when I'm gambling off stream, I'm like chasing like this like high or feeling.
Yeah.
Just for no reason. And
I know, it's crazy.
I get out, and it's like the same. It's kind of like similar. It's like the same high that I get when I was making videos. So whenever I lose big, dude, it's always like, oh, and then I'm texting Dana White, dude, I need my YouTube back, please, bro. Like, please get it back. Texting like whoever that I have in my contacts, like, get my shit back.
Texting Dana's amazing, dude. It's crazy because I feel like you get a bad rap kind of sometimes for promoting gambling, but there's no feeling like having 3 hands, 5K a hand, and getting aces coming out, and you double whatever, you're sweating, like that sweat, even if you lose, right? The sweat of the dealer having a jack, you double into a jack with an ace, and just the sweat of what they're gonna flip over. It's like undescribable feeling.
Well, some people gamble to promote gambling because they can make money that way, but like Steve, he's gambling $100,000 hands at the club.
Yeah.
Off stream. Like, we would be gambling regardless, on camera, off camera. I gamble on camera because everything in my life is on camera. And then if I'm gonna get paid to gamble on camera, I mean, it's no problem. It's a very different scenario than like the people.
That's what I'm saying. People when they have that negative attitude, I'm like, bro, we actually enjoy this. And we actually do this. Like, I've sat through so many sessions with this guy, where I think I sat with him last time we were at Red Rock, and he was in for 1.1 million, and I'm just sitting there like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen, because it definitely hits different when you do it in person and then when you're online. I feel like when you're online, like, I'll lose like 10 grand. Like, it doesn't hurt as much when you're losing cash at a casino.
That hurts the same.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. It's money's money.
I don't know why. I just get that feeling when you're like in person and it's like you're chasing. You don't have a lifeline. I guess you have a lifeline that's actually insane. The Dana White lifeline is like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty sick.
It's like you can't lose, bro. It's fucking nuts.
He saved me a lot of times.
This guy fucking...
In the last, like, 6 months, like, I mean, top of my head, maybe he's paid off, like, over $1 million for sure.
So he's basically just gifted you $1 million.
He's gifted me, like, $10 million.
You think, if you had to guess, you think it's actually 10 mil?
I don't know. It's a lot. But
okay.
I've given him 1.3 million.
Dude, there's like this bond between degenerate gamblers where it's like, I know that you've been there. I'm rich. I'll bail you out this time, and what goes around comes around. Would you agree?
Yeah, dude. Well, it's also like...
Not everyone does that.
No, I'm saying there's like a degenerate group, like a cult of the Dana Whites.
When you gamble a lot with somebody, it's nice because it's like me and you against the casino, and you're on a mission. And when you lose, you're going through, like, when you go through something really shitty with someone, it makes you a lot closer. So when you're gambling, when you have a gambling buddy, and you know somebody's down bad, you gotta save them because you know, like, at the end of the day, it's us versus the casino. Like,
yeah.
You know, some people get jealous when other people win, or I don't know, they're
like
excited
Brad.
when they're losing. Yeah. Oh my God, Brad is the. Brad.
He gets jealous when you win?
He gets so jealous when you win big, and he's like, you know, he's rooting for you to lose because he's not winning big, and he's like, oh, like, Steve just made $1 million, Togi just made $1 million, like, I just lost 30K, and he gets like really salty about it.
There was a time me, Steve, Brad, and 2 other people went to Cancun, and we did have a. I could share that.
No, yeah, we have
4 smoke show.
No, one was a pig, but
Okay, there was
right.
Yeah.
The 169.
yeah 6'9".
She was a slob, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I mean hers was.
I mean, no
his pick was
disrespect
not
to
the best.
her.
But anyway, so we're on a trip and we're gambling, and the 4 walk in, very sweet, by the way, and Bradley literally points the hottest one.
Yeah.
And right, dude, within 30 seconds, not even an introduction. Hey, how are you? It was you. Whatever. They left.
Murda gets the one with braces.
Yeah, Murda had the braces. There was actually 5 there, and then 6'9" took his, and then it was me and 2 and Brad's cameraman, and he was so afraid. He was like, "Dude, I've never done this. I can't do it." And I was like, "Bro,
Which one? Which cameraman?
Jacob."
Oh, it's Jacob.
And I was like, "Say less." So I went downstairs, took them both down at the same time. Like, I was like a hero at that point. Like, these chicks were like, "Yo, that was insane. Don't even pay us." So I got it for free.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
I feel like you're lying.
That did not happen.
Yeah, I did.
Dude.
They're like, we
no
don't need payment. We
hooker
don't need
ever
payment.
in the world said, "Don't
Bro,
even pay
they were
me."
like, "We've never experienced that. We don't need payment. We don't need payment. No payment." And
Such a lie.
Brad,
If this was- oh
wait,
my
so
God,
Brad
dude.
walks in and he's like, "I haven't won any money this trip. I haven't won any money. Steiny, sit the fuck down." And I'm sitting in his chair, bro. This was like 4 years ago. And he's like, "You're not leaving here until we win." And I think he had 1K. And I turned it into 80 G's. And he was so fucking fired up. And I was like, "I got you, bro." Like, I was thinking like, yo, I just made 10 grand. And he sent me $300. And I was like, "Bro,
Dude,
what
you
the
know,
fuck?"
Brad, like 2 weeks ago, I borrowed money from him to gamble, and it was
10
like
grand, right?
Yeah, it was 10 grand.
Yeah.
And I paid him back all of it. I paid him back the 10 grand, But over text, when I borrowed it, I said, I'll send you 11 back, like 1K interest. So I paid him back in about a week, the 10 grand. And over the next week, he texted me 4 different times about the $1,000. Like, yo, can you send that 1,000? Can you send that 1,000? I'm like, Brad, you have $7 million in Ethereum, and we're talking about $1,000.
So did you send it?
Well, yes, I did actually.
Okay, well then you're a man of your word.
Of course, I'll give him the interest, but it's also like, dude, there's way bigger loans to worry about.
No, but he's actually fun to gamble with because he does tilt and it is funny. Speaking of that, do you guys have pet peeves while you're gambling? Like anything that just pisses you the fuck off, or that you can't have around?
Pet peeves. Let me think about this. I dislike when somebody is backseat gambling, especially if I'm on tilt, or if I'm on tilt and anyone's...
What does backseat gambling mean?
Like, oh, you gotta drop the bet, you gotta start doing this.
It's freaking
like,
Vince, yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm not gonna make it back if I like. They think they're looking out for you, but in reality, I'm on tilt and I have to make it back, and the only option is making it back, and they're like, yeah, just stop, dude, and it's just like.
When you're tilted and someone's trying to tell you how to gamble, like, and they don't know what it's like to be in your position, it actually is raging.
And also when you're betting, like, for me, when you're betting like 10K a hand, and then someone's next to you, and you're just losing a bunch, and someone's next to you betting like $100,
Oh,
and they're celebrating
and they're like winning every time.
Oh my god!
And they're like getting double, and they're like fucking pumped up. I mean, it's not their fault because I'm sure that they're just playing to their bankroll, so I shouldn't get mad. But
you also, don't you think you shouldn't be playing, if you're playing 10K a hand, you should probably have the table to yourself. Like, there's no business of.
But there's times where like I'm like losing a lot, and there's someone next to me, or there's other people at the table, and like just betting like $100, $200. Like at that point, I feel like you just sit out. But again, it could go either way. Like they could literally save the table, like give me the card. So it's.
I get it. So superstition too. Okay, wait. Let's talk about the most important thing. Strategy. You both have a strategy. A few days ago, we streamed in Tijuana, and I heard your strategy, which is, I think,
and the blackout method, dude.
The blackout method.
Well, if you really crunch the numbers, I think I thought about it. The actual strategy is it's like adjusted martingale, and everyone says martingale doesn't work because eventually you lose. But if you have like a network large enough where you can just take more and more loans, eventually you just like up the bet, and eventually you take enough loans where you always hit. I've never had it not work.
Yeah. When do you? This is important. When do you know when to throw in the towel? At least for a session, maybe not forever, but like be like, dude, I'm not gonna win tonight. I can't gamble anymore. Like when you're stuck 1.1 million at Red Rock, when do you say, fine? Oh fuck, I it's not tonight. Tonight's not my night. Because I have a problem with that.
I mean, it's different. Like he said, you take loans out from a bunch of people, and that's online gambling for the most part. But Red Rock, you got to stop when you. I mean, for me, my credit's $1 million, so you got to stop at $1 million, and you only have so many calls you can make if Dana White's not around, or like you got to stop there. But online casino, you keep going forever. There's like there's so many loans you could take.
So you just won't quit until you turn into a dub.
For the most part, yeah.
I
could always borrow like between like Neil, Exposed, AZ, Yasu, fuck, who else? Some random guy named Alex on my phone. I swear to God, this guy loaned me $40K, $80K. I've never met him in my life. He used to help me my kick a long time ago. Awesome guy. But yeah, online you can take unlimited loans for the most part. If you're me or Togi, I feel like.
I know. I was gonna say last time we were in at the Red Rock playing baccarat, you were stuck 400K, and I remember looking up and. It's so tough because you do, like, from that position, like, you want to look out for your friend and be like, bro, like, tonight's not your night, but then you also want to just shut the fuck up because you know whatever you say doesn't matter, right? And
I mean, and also you never want to be, like, it's their decision at the end of the day. I was with Steve, it was a long time ago, maybe 4 months ago, and I was out 200K, and Steve was out, like, 800K, and I was just like, it was 11 a.m., I got to go to bed, I'm going to bed, and I go to bed, and I wake up, and Steve ended up $400,000. And most people would look at Steve tilted at 11 a.m. and be like, dude, this is fucked. You got to stop. But he turned around and made 400K. So if you were to stop him, you would have prevented him from swinging 1.2 million.
Yeah, 100%. I remember last time we were playing, I literally look at you and I'm like, yo, dude, like it's kind of you're getting fucking beat, and you're like, dude, I've FaceTimed Dana 11 times. I was like, yo,
Comes through, dude.
Bro, I'm about to go up to the room, and it's like, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's like a superhero is walking in. Like he has his entourage behind him, and he's walking, and where's Steve? He's in the back, tilted as fuck. And he just goes back there, no fucking problem. He's like, all right, let's get him out of this. Like, it's fucking...
He's done that a lot.
It's like an undescribable thing that most people never experience, but it's like, even just seeing it, it's insane. It's a real life superhero.
Yeah, he is. So I'm very appreciative for him.
Yeah, that part is fucking crazy.
I'm happy that I've done the same to him twice, where I've given him like, one time was 800,000. And dude, I won 800,000 in like 30 minutes betting 10K hands on Blackjack. And
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I gave him 800,000, and then I lose $1 million after because I thought I was unstoppable.
Dude,
it sucked.
What I saw a few days ago when we were gambling, I met you guys for the stream. You guys these guys had 4 casino slots going at one time. So you have, just imagine 4 screens.
It's a new feature on Roulette.
It's a new feature on Roulette. It's 4 screens, and they are gambling slots, and you don't even know what to look at. And they wagered $3.4 million in probably 20 minutes. So you're literally watching this, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And you just see like there's a ticker, and it's counting down from 3.4 million. It goes 3.4, 3.3, 3.2, and I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like that's a different level of degeneracy, but it works. So now my question, probably this is a good Togi question, is you got to give away one thing: gambling, steroids, and getting laid.
Gambling can't go. So it's between steroids and getting laid. Really cool. Like really. I guess you guys haven't. You did them a long time ago, but like, dude, yeah, like I'm telling you, you should try it.
I want
one
to.
time. Just
So
2 months,
sick.
bro.
SARMs.
But I mean,
Worst case, you just stop taking them and you're good. Like people think that you take steroids once and you're fucked. You can take it for 2 months, and if you don't like it, you will like it. But either way, you can always stop. And I think steroids might be better than sex.
so you're giving up sex.
Gambling and steroids got to stay. It's not that I want to give up, but gambling and steroids have to stay. It's not up to me.
What, like the negative effects for steroids?
Well, dude, it's like there's
still
degrees
have
of
hair.
steroids. Yeah, I mean, like for a little bit there, I was definitely on the verge of death, but that's because I was taking a lot of steroids. Like 3 grams of steroids is so unnecessary. Like you can take a regular amount of steroid. That's like 3 grams of steroids is the equivalent of you start doing the first time, and every night you're doing like at least an 8-ball. Like you just need like a few here and there, you know, so you can do it somewhat responsibly.
But you can't be on steroids and be doing, can you?
You can. You definitely can. I that's what I do. That's like my life. I'm trying to do it less so I don't die and whatnot. But yeah, you definitely can. You know.
Okay. What would you give up out of that?
Well, I don't do steroids.
Yeah, you're natty.
So,
So then,
You'd have to
we're
change
good. So you
it.
give up steroids.
yeah.
Okay, and last time I did have you on, you said that you were in the process of having, I don't know if this was Togi speaking bullshit or what, but you said you were in the process of having 20 kids.
Oh, dude. Okay, first of all, Togi never speaks bullshit. And B, I don't think I work anymore from the steroids. I think I can't have kids, dude. I think I'm just shooting blanks until I stop taking steroids. So the 20 kid thing is like fully out the window until I can stop taking steroids. You can take like drugs to make. You ever heard of HCG?
No, is that a street thing? Is that an Asian thing?
No, it's a thing. It makes your nuts huge, and you like.
Why do you want that?
You don't. If you want to get a chick pregnant.
Like how big? Like Randy from South Park?
Yeah,
did?
no, like they'll probably make your literally twice as big. And if you like, you know, you're like dying to get a chick pregnant, you take this, and you're like 1,000% more fertile.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, I could take that, but you know, right now, yeah, I haven't gotten around to it.
You pissed off Dean when you were here last too, because you referred to women at Queens, as bitches. Have you changed that up, or are you still doing that?
No, I was pretty lost in that whole conversation. I don't even really remember what we're talking about. He was saying you can't say bitch, and then I can't say, like, there's a lot of things I couldn't say, and I wasn't following. He started talking about like the law. Do you remember that conversation?
That was
He was
crazy.
like, but would you or something, and you can't say.
He
I
just
was
tries
lost.
to fuck your mind. Like, you
He
say
was
something
running
stupid.
me in circles so hard. I had no idea what was going on. I think he needs to dumb down the conversation because he's very smart, and he was speaking on such a high level. I don't think any of the viewers could understand. I definitely couldn't understand. So I've still been referring to women as bitches.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, guys, so for people out there that are like, yo, I have $1,000 bankroll.
Don't gamble.
No?
Well, I mean, I guess no, actually, I take that back.
Let's say, okay, so
Well,
your
if you
advice
have
is don't gamble.
No, if you have $1,000, okay. Well,
But
no, because $1,000 is
has
not
to gamble.
Okay, then play with your bankroll. I'm sure if you have $1,000, I'm sure $25 bets is like exciting.
So what should that guy's method be strategically to turn 1,000, we'll say, into hopefully five or 10,000?
Oh, dude, that's hard. I don't know.
What would you suggest?
Instant 10x on your money. Well, first of all, gambling when you
instant,
have not very much money is much more exhilarating because,
Yeah.
like, no matter what, we got food, whatever, rent's paid. But back when I was gambling and I was poor, it's like I'm gambling for life. This is survival gambling. So it's so much more fun when you win. But 1,000 to 5,000, it's not. You're fighting an uphill battle, dude. You're trying to 10x your money in a night.
If you had $1,000, what would be your first move?
I would do a $1,000 play ball.
Okay,
Because then you might just hit for $1 million and you're good. No,
you would
problems.
do one ball for 1,000.
I did, and it's a video that is on the internet. I had $1,000. I did a $1,000 plinko ball, and it hit for 9,000, and it was the coolest thing I've ever done.
Okay,
It was
let's say you're
said
in a
and done.
casino though.
I mean, yeah, probably like $150 blackjack hands with $25 ciders, and just like really pray that it works out.
I like all in. I like
Right?
the method of going all in.
What about this? What about I have $1,000. I'm with my boys. I'm 21 years old. I have $1,000. Do I go straight to roulette and bet red or black, and just go all in?
Dude, if you only have, at that point, it's strictly entertainment. If you have only $1,000 and you're doing, it's like you can't
But
expect
that's
to
most
win.
people though.
That's why the casinos are rich, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
But
It's gotta
okay,
be
this is a good
entertainment.
segue to like, dude. If you scale it up a little bit, last time Steve and I gambled, it was maybe I don't know a little bit ago. We were out of money. We had a $10,000 monthly bonus, and Steve, it's the Steve method. He took $10K all in baccarat. He won, and then he took the $10K profit and did a massive slot buy, and then you go back to baccarat, all in again, another free slot buy, and then in 4 minutes it was $80,000. So that's your 1K to 8K. If you have 1K, put it all in on baccarat, then
That's how I
1K wanted
gamble.
by.
Just so people know, the baccarat you have better odds than blackjack. I think I learned that from Dana. Is that true?
No,
No, it's the same.
It's not necessarily better odds, but you're in control.
How so?
No, you're in control because you could choose
Player or banker.
and banker. So baccarat and blackjack would imagine blackjack if you're able to bet on the dealer, like the dealer's hand or your hand, one-on-one.
Oh,
It's
wow,
kind
I
of
never
the same.
thought about it like
It's
that.
kind of the same thing.
You bet on dealer
Well,
every
so
fucking
the problem
time.
with blackjack is you're at a 49% house edge because you're able to double when you're at above 50%. So if you play over the course of 3 hours, you can get your doubles, you can get your splits at a positive RTP. So it's to that 49. But if you play one all-in blackjack hand, you have no more money to double on a above 50% hand, then you're operating at like 45%. Whereas baccarat, you can play one hand and you automatically walk in at your 49.
Wait, but can you play multiple hands in baccarat, or you can only play one?
No, it's just player banker.
And you can only bet one wager. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and you bet side bets, but banker is like the dealer, so you can
Because
bet.
I've never walked into a high limit room and not seen an Asian guy playing baccarat.
Yeah, well, they can.
What's up with that?
Dude, it's their game. They made it.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, the Chinese people made it. That's
what-
why there's the dragon bonus.
Do you
Never
fire
caught on.
baccarat a lot?
It's too slow, dude. Like,
Slow.
If you play baccarat, that's why. So most people they gamble, they start with roulette, but then eventually realize roulette you can only bet once every minute, and the dopamine's not hitting. And then baccarat, it's once every like 30 seconds. Blackjack, every 15 seconds you can get a new hand, and then eventually you just go to 4 screen slot. Like the end all is like you end up playing slots, and you have 4 slots going at once, all on super turbo, and that's the best way to get your gambling dopamine. It's just like it's the only thing that's fast enough.
Dopamine, yeah. Okay, so outside of dopamine, because we all love the sweat, would you recommend to gamblers coming up betting on sports or betting casino games?
I don't
Do
do
you sports bet?
No, that's a question for Steve.
You don't sports bet at all.
No.
Both.
Both?
Yeah, and in sports you can't bet with your heart. You got to go
Yeah, and which you've done, right?
every time. But football's the most profitable for sure for me.
Do you know what your biggest wager was on one game?
Maybe like 600, 700,000.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
fucking
you
huge.
texted me.
Okay, wait, what
You
game
had
was it? You have if you're betting 600 or 700K, you have to know I would know exactly what game it was. I would know the final score.
Super Bowl, I lost a lot of money, like 400.
On which Super Bowl? The recent one?
Yeah,
Okay. Who fucking played?
Chiefs and Eagles.
Chiefs,
that
Eagles. You took
sucked,
Chiefs.
actually,
yeah,
yeah.
you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I took the Chiefs
I got
too,
fucked
actually.
on that one.
Yeah.
No, Steve texted me one time. He bet 300K on a college football game because a fan texted you. You should bet your life savings on this. It's a massive lock, and then they lost.
I've done that a few times, man. I have this kid that texts me all the time, and he says, take my bets, whatever. And I've done it so many times where I bet massive money and lose. And I wish to show you the text. He always says, like, he gives me an address, and he says, like, if we lose, just come here and face. And it's the...
He sent you his addy?
That's pretty convincing.
No, dude, this guy Justin, dude, and because our first interaction was he said bet on the Cubs. So I put 60K in the Cubs, and then and then I bet with him. I won like 700K, and then he just kept losing. But he's the most emotional guy ever. He always tells me that he's gonna, and I tell him to do it. I tell him, oh, please, and then he'll
Why?
give me
If
an
he's giving
address.
you winners, why would he want
Dude,
that?
we gotta show the message. We have this I have this like relationship with this guy. It's the funniest thing ever. I gotta show you it. But yeah, he does give me his address and
Jesus Christ.
he'll
bro.
tell me to just pull up and face.
But that's great, dude. That's standing on his locks. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta
That's-
respect those.
That I
locks.
actually
He is
respect
cool.
the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
That's really buying into like, yo, that's a real lock.
But that's how you know he
That's
really
saying
believes it's a
that-
lock. Like,
Yeah, that's how you know, like,
I
yo,
get
this is
suckered
the
in
hit.
by those like sports better guys because
Uh-huh.
then we'll start our relationship good. We'll like win a few games.
Talking about like the people that sell their picks.
Yeah, I mean I never buy them, but like the guys the people that sell their picks,
Right.
and then it's all fucking bullshit, man.
So, are you saying people shouldn't subscribe or buy picks from people?
No, you shouldn't buy picks from people.
What do you think about that?
I think you got to make your own picks.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's kind of what it's all. And also, if you're only following some stranger that you don't know, like you're not even really gambling. That takes all of the fun out of it. Like you win, you don't even feel that good.
Right.
It's like that wasn't even.
The chat
Me.
has been going absolutely crazy. Bro, I'm getting fucking DMs about this shit. Is Gamblers University actually gonna... Okay, so Kai Cenat just did Streamer University. I think Aiden might be doing something where they bring in streamers, teach them how to stream, whatever. Dude, I think Gamblers University with you two
I think it's
would
good
be
because there's
fucking massive.
there's a lot of I mean when it comes to
But are
like
you serious about doing it?
oh I'm serious, but there's like a lot to learn when you're online gambling. Like there's a lot to learn. Like
Do you think that you're both suitable teachers?
Oh, dude.
I think I'm suitable. I mean I think I've streamed with Togi the last 2 weeks. I think he's learned a lot from me.
Have you
And
learned
bro,
from Steve?
I'm
I mean, you learn. I mean, just
veteran
from
gambler, like a professional
like
gambler. I
wanted
gamble-
never teases
Yeah,
you.
exactly, dude.
Like
I gamble a ton in the last week of gambling with Steve. I've learned a ton, and so if I can, as a professional, learn a lot, we can
Imagine-
save a ton of people a lot of time, dude. And it's like that's why a lot of people get sucked into these scams because they don't. The gambling is such a confusing world; they don't know what's going on. But if you had a university where you could learn the basics, like that's a scam. That's not even how this works. You can save so much time and so much money, and it's not even you sign up with code Togi or code Stevewilldoit at Gamblers University. You don't gotta pay money. You get a $10,000 bonus, not deposit bonus.
You get free money.
$10,000, and the winner, I don't know. They get whoever wins the most with 10,000 can have Steiny's RM.
like
Okay, I don't know about that. But
like do you guys know after a certain amount of plinko balls, like say if you do like a few thousand plinko balls, like you're like you're due for a 130 ball, like the numbers, like that's coming from the casino owner. Like you were actually
That's straight up inside information
so
right
there's
there.
people that like there's gamblers that bet like low money and they'll do it for like however long, like a few thousand times, and then they know that like they on their seed that they are due at least 130 ball.
Jesus,
at
bro,
least.
that's inside information. What would
Yeah.
your class be called?
My class?
Yeah. Do you have a class name?
I didn't know we were. I don't know. I've not thought that far into it.
Okay, so let's say a kid.
I want to have a class name that's a spin-off of Snape's, like Defense Against the Dark Arts.
I fuck with that. Let's think about this, because if a kid just got into Harvard, but he also got into Gamblers University,
I mean, dude,
There's
this
so much
week
more
we
upside.
made
There's more upside with Gamblers
$1
University,
million gambling.
right? So you're gonna go to Gamblers
Well, also,
University.
listen, you get accepted into Gamblers University, we give you money, and you
And
just have a
housing.
good attitude. You go to Harvard, you give them $100K for a professor to tell you that you're stupid for failing a test. That's bullshit.
Very fucking true. Very true. Do you know how many students you guys are planning to accept?
As many rooms at the Nobu that we can buy.
Dude,
We're just gonna fill the Nobu
I
up.
think they gotta see all levels of degeneracy, like
Dude, we're just everyone's gonna be at Nobu, dude.
Gamblers
We're gonna have
University.
like crazy like team dinners at Nobu and it's gonna be sick.
How could you not apply? I don't understand.
And everyone's just gonna be like just tanning and drinking throughout the day, and then we're gonna have.
For people that might want to like fucking apply, is there any qualifications or anything you think you need to look for? Because there's gonna be a lot of fucking applications you guys are gonna have to go through.
You can't not gamble. You have to obviously gamble.
Yeah.
And you have to
I think just the love of the game is the number one thing we're looking for. Like,
Do you think
if
you should do
really
video
love
submissions?
Gambling, oh, that's a lot of sorting through video.
That's
but I don't
a lot,
know how
like
else you're
10
supposed to
second
select
videos?
people. Maybe because I can't look through 20,000 videos.
Okay, so guys, there will be an announcement coming for Gamblers University. You're looking at
That's up to Rubet's got to play ball. But,
you're looking at the dean right now, and then we have two professors right here.
dude, you're not the dean. You're a fucking gambler.
Okay,
is
you're
true.
looking at. Can I be the janitor?
I think
Yes.
the dean's got to be like.
Dana White.
Well, Dana's not going to be
He's
available.
gonna be like a
but
substitute teacher.
realistically, the dean should be exposed.
Exposed, yeah, and Exposed
Yeah.
will for sure be in on this.
I think he should be the dean.
We also had a recent thing. I don't understand what's going on, guys. Steve will do it. Me and him are massive fans of the WNBA. We are huge fans.
No, fuck.
And he wanted to give Angel Reese a.
30. I mean, it depends what it is, but the budget was $30,000 to $100,000.
$30,000 to $100,000 gifts. Just
And she
to
says
show
no.
up, and she said
'Cause I'm a
no,
white
thank
boy.
you. And we don't know why or what happened, but
because I'm a white boy, dude.
guys, you got to spam her.
No, honestly, I think Angel Reese is racist, straight up.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that she like feeds off of that.
One last quick fire off. Biggest purchase you've made with your gambling winnings.
Well, I won the RS6, so that was 156K.
That was a win.
Yeah, I just got it sent to my house.
Okay. And how much of it, when you win money, how much of it do you put away?
I've been trying to, dude. Recently, it used to be 0, and then we had a financial crisis because
Same.
I cannot stop gambling my
It
net
used to
worth.
be 0. And then
I
we had
could
a
have
financial crisis.
$5,000, and then I gamble 5,000, or I gamble 4,000. I could have 10,000, I gamble 9,000. I had 2 million, and I gambled 1.8 million. So it's like no matter what, it's my net worth. So I'm trying to put away maybe like 30% every time I win now.
Got it. And you just
No,
buy
no, no,
houses
no.
and shit.
Well, yeah, but recently I'm doing 50% debt, 50% keep. So like yesterday, I won whatever 100,000. I go 50% to debt because I owe. Just currently, I owe some people money. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
You know,
okay.
It happens. But right now I'm doing 50% debt, 50% cash out until I get out of debt, and then I'm gonna probably do. Just, I don't know, try to keep as much as possible, maybe save like 60, 70%.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you guys.
I'm on a good path. Like
The
this
thing
last
is, you guys
week-
are both rich.
I
Like-
wasn't literally 7 days ago, but
It's-
now, yeah.
it's
not
for
crazy.
sure.
necessarily,
because
dude.
it's-
I'm like asset rich for sure. Like
You're asset rich, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like people see Steve, people see Togi, and they're like, "Oh, these guys are millionaires." But it's like your swings are like some days you might have 10 grand to your name, and some days you might have $500,000 or two
Well, that's
point
why
five
it's so
million.
much fun. It's the coolest thing ever.
So you guys can live with that kind of swings without security, and you think that's the way to live?
No, I was terrifying. That's why I bought a house, and I'm trying to buy houses because I couldn't say I gone broke. I've been a millionaire and then was dead broke 3 times before this time being a millionaire. I'm locking in buying
Yeah.
houses,
Yeah.
and that's because Steve told me, he's like, dude, you got to buy houses because the only reason he said I would have gone broke a bunch of times if I didn't buy all these houses, and
Exactly,
then
'cause
it's a fallback.
You can't. It's hard. Like with watches and shit, it's easy to get crypto for it, but you can't just hit up Neil and get crypto for your house.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Like for me, I got like probably like $15 million in shit.
Yeah, in assets.
And
Is there
that makes me feel good about myself.
Last thing before we go, we got to wrap it up. We're gonna go do a stream in Compton. What is the advice to stay away from for gamblers? Is there anything you got to just stay away from that's like fuck that?
Don't do emotional gambling and gamble with what only you can afford to lose.
Okay.
Because me and Togi are in a position to where we could afford to lose everything,
Yeah.
and we'll just
The next day you'll get a fucking $100,000, whatever.
no, we'll get it back. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So you got to play, just play by your life rules. Like we're fucking sponsored by casinos, and we're Stevewilldoit and Togi, so we can kind of go a little crazy. But you just got to play by your rules. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, and never it's never worth it. Never ruin your life over gambling.
Right.
And I mean, maybe do. Maybe it'll change your life. Actually, make you
What
a
do you
better
think?
person.
Any stayaways, or did he cover it?
No, dude. Yeah, this is. You got to sign up for Gamblers University to find that kind of stuff out.
Yeah. So Gamblers University, stay tuned. You got to fucking watch Steven.
No,
Togi. They
it
stream all the
is a
time.
thing. I think it's gonna be big. Nobu Los Cabos.
Nobu Los Cabos.
We're
is
just gonna fill the hotel
the
up.
teaser location. You have Dumbledore sitting right here. You got Snape and Togi. Who do you want to be?
Are you talking Harry Potter terms right now?
Yeah, you don't watch
I've never
Harry Potter?
seen that
Dude,
one.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I've not seen many movies.
What do you watch? Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift?
No, I play Fortnite.
Do you?
Yeah, when I'm bored, I play Fortnite.
What, bro? We have to play.
I play Fortnite every night, actually.
Do you play Reload yet?
Yeah, Reload is dope.
Oh, that's all I play.
Yeah, let's play.
Bro, we have to, 100%.
Oh, weird.
All right, anything you guys want to leave them off with? Or are we good?
No.
Watch both these guys stream gambling every night. Learn from them.
Bro, I feel so bad. Neon's, we're fucked.
Neon's already
Yeah,
there.
You guys here we go. Let's go.
He
right,
left
guys.
40 minutes ago, dude.
Thank you so much.